Yo, welcome back everyone. I hope everyone's having an amazing day. And I think you guys can see from the title that this is What If Deku Had Sunbreathing Part 5. Yeah, this is like the next part to the series. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this, and I'm going to be bringing back some OG series, what if Deku had sunbreathing and what if Deku was a Titan shifter. I'm going to be focusing on those videos, and I'm going to be posting some videos. So with no more further introductions, let's go straight into the intro.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Okay, let's do a bit of recap here. Last time where we left off, Izuku went to his first day of school and met Inosuke. And as the day ended, both Inosuke and Izuku wanted to see who's the strongest out of the both of them, as both of them throw their backpacks to the side and get ready to fight. As Inosuke immediately rushes at Izuku, about to slash him with his Moonlight Sword style. And if you guys don't remember, Moonlight Sword style is a sword style which allows their hands to be their weapons, or their swords. So Inosuke immediately rushes at Izuku and uses his sword style, as Izuku notices that Inosuke is pretty good with the Moonlight Sword style and sees how efficient he is. But Izuku is still pretty strong and dodges them, as Inosuke is impressed, as he notices that Izuku's not using his full power, as he tells Izuku to use his full power, as Izuku tells Inosuke that he probably won't be able to handle it. After a while of dodging, Izuku finally thinks of attacking Inosuke, as he decides to use the breathing technique that he used when he was using the ball throw, as he thinks to himself and says strength breathing, as he immediately enhances his whole body, as Inosuke can feel the presence coming off Izuku. With no time to dodge or do anything, Izuku looks for an opening and punches Inosuke straight in the gut, as Inosuke spits out some blood and dodges back and falls back, as he's scared in how strong Izuku really is. As Inosuke gets up and tells Izuku that he's not done yet, as he immediately uses his presence quirk, which enhances his strength, and uses his animal sensory presence, breathing style, which also enhances his quirk and his strength. Then, Izuku immediately rushes in, still using his strength breathing style, and tries to punch Inosuke, but nothing's happening. Since Inosuke is using both his presence and his quirk, he notices that he can see the air particles and where Izuku's exactly gonna attack, and Inosuke is able to dodge this, as Inosuke smiles, telling Izuku the same thing. Then, Inosuke starts laughing, telling Izuku that there's probably no chance he's gonna win now, as Izuku smirks, telling Inosuke that he shouldn't assure himself that he's gonna win just yet, as Izuku immediately starts using lightning breathing and starts blitzing around Inosuke, as Inosuke is confused what's going on since he can't read where Izuku's gonna attack, as Izuku says that he won't be able to dodge something if it's too fast, as Izuku immediately uses his strength breathing and punches Inosuke straight in the gut, again making Inosuke fall back. As Izuku's wondering what's going on, Izuku feels a hidden rage growing inside of him, as all of a sudden the mark on Izuku's forehead starts to grow, as he's just wondering as this uncontrollable rage starts growing, as flames start to appear on Izuku's hands, and he rushes toward Inosuke, but all of a sudden a scarf appears wrapping around Izuku's arm, as the scarf pulls Izuku down, as Izuku is wondering what's going on, as he sees Aizawa standing right next to Inosuke. Then, all of a sudden, Aizawa starts yelling at both Izuku and Inosuke, telling them that this is just the first day of school and they're already getting into a fight, and he wants both of them to go to the principal's office. As both of them walk to the principal's office, Izuku's just wondering what happened to him and why he couldn't control his rage and why he couldn't control his breathing style. Then, Inosuke bonks Izuku in the head, telling him that the Principal Nezu's office is right there. As both of them walk in, Principal Nezu looks at them and asks them what happened. As both of them respond, telling Principal Nezu they just wanted to see who was stronger. As Principal Nezu sighs, telling them that they can train on their own another time, and that he's just gonna let them off with a warning, but he doesn't want this to ever happen again. As Izuku smiles, thanking Principal Nezu for not expelling them. As Principal Nezu chuckles, telling Izuku and Inosuke that they can go home now. As both of them were walking home, Izuku asks Inosuke if he knows anything about an uncontrollable rage. As Inosuke doesn't do anything, as he just shrugs his shoulders, telling Izuku that he doesn't know anything about it. As Izuku goes back home and lies down in his bed, wondering what that rage was. And then, when the next day arrives, Izuku goes to school, and then all of a sudden, All Might barges through the door, telling everyone that they better get ready for the hero course training. As everyone gets excited seeing All Might, and also realize that they could wear their costumes. And if you guys can see the screen right now, you guys can see that Deku character, and Izuku's gonna look like that. So that's how Izuku's gonna look. And let's just continue on with the story. As Izuku gets to the hall and wears his costume, All Might says that everyone looks like that they're professional heroes already. Then All Might tells everyone that the training is gonna consist of 2 villains and 2 heroes, and the villains are gonna try to protect the bomb, as the heroes either try to capture the villains or take the bomb for themselves without the villains defeating them. As all of them get extremely excited, and they look over and they start talking to each other. As Izuku looks over, he notices Inosuke with a pig head, as he's just wondering what's going on, as he realizes that this is Inosuke's costume. As Izuku immediately starts laughing, looking at Inosuke, as Inosuke is just confused, as he thinks that this is actually a pretty good costume. But then, All Might tells everyone to settle down, telling everyone that he's gonna pick the teams now, as he tells Izuku and Uraraka are gonna be on a team, and Bakugo and Ida are gonna be on the team. The teams are not gonna be different here, so let's just keep on going on with the story. As Izuku and Uraraka get ready, Izuku tells Uraraka that it probably seems that Bakugo is gonna come in and rush at Izuku, since he knows how Bakugo is gonna do. As Uraraka understands, as Izuku continues, telling Uraraka that she should probably sneak up and try to capture the bomb before the villains even figure out that they're up there. As Uraraka agrees with Izuku as she sneaks off looking for the bomb. As some time passes by, Bakugo immediately rushes through looking for Deku, as he yells out to Deku telling him that he's gonna beat him now and that there's no chance, since he's been training a lot and he also has a trick up his sleeve. As Izuku is confused, Bakugo immediately rushes in, as Izuku notices that Bakugo's explosions have improved significantly, as Bakugo immediately starts blitzing through, as Izuku realizes that he's probably as fast as his thunder breathing. As he's just wondering what's going on, Izuku decides that he might as well keep up with Bakugo and uses his thunder breathing as he immediately starts flying by. As both of them are blitzing around each other, Izuku decides that he might as well use his strength breathing as he immediately shifts to it and lands a punch on Bakugo as Bakugo lands to the side. But then Bakugo gets up, telling Izuku that he's not done just yet, as he immediately rushes through yelling at Deku, as Izuku notices that there's red sparks forming around Bakugo. As he's wondering what's going on, Bakugo immediately gets faster and faster, as he also uses his explosions as Izuku couldn't keep up with Bakugo. As Izuku finally decides that even though this is kind of dangerous, he decides to use his sun breathing. As he goes into his sun breathing form, all of a sudden the mark on Izuku's forehead starts to grow. As all of a sudden, flames on Izuku's hand starts to grow as well. As Izuku immediately blitz in and goes and headbutts Bakugo, as Bakugo falls back, having almost a concussion. As Bakugo, who's almost about to faint, he decides to use his explosions. As All Might yells no, telling Bakugo that that's too dangerous. As Bakugo yells at All Might, telling him that Izuku could probably handle it. As he immediately uses his gauntlets, making a huge explosion. As Izuku sees the explosion, he immediately blitz into the explosion, cutting it into 4 pieces. As Bakugo is amazed, he looks to the smoke looking for Izuku, as he notices that Izuku's gone. As Izuku uses thunder breathing to go all the way to Uraraka. As he sees Uraraka fighting Ida, he decides that he might as well end this quick, as he immediately uses his thunder breathing and hits Ida in the back, making him faint onto the ground. As Izuku decides that he might as well touch the bomb to end the game. As he immediately walks to the bomb, but all of a sudden Bakugo jumps through the floor, and starts throwing explosions at Izuku. As Izuku looks at Uraraka, as Uraraka nods as she immediately rushes in. But then all of a sudden she trips. As she looks down, she notices that it's Ida, as she's wondering what's going on. But then Bakugo looks at Ida, and Ida looks right back at Bakugo. As both of them nod at each other, both of them start using combos on Uraraka and Deku. As both Uraraka and Deku start falling back, going further and further away from the bomb. As Izuku doesn't know what to do, and neither does Uraraka. And that's where we're going to be ending off the video. Yeah, I left you guys on a cliffhanger there. And yeah, don't worry guys, I'm going to be posting videos left and right now since it's, summer break. So there's going to be a lot of videos coming out. And don't forget to hit that red button down there, guys. We're real close to 2K. And if you guys can hit any button down there, except for the dislike button, please do not hit that dislike button. But I mean, if you think it's bad, please hit that dislike button. I'd like some feedback as well. So don't forget to, comment down below. And since, we're real close to 2K, don't forget to sub as well. And also join the Discord. That's where you guys can give me some ideas. And, don't forget to, chat there as well. And if there's nothing else, I'll see you guys later.